Hi, hello, welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet. It's cold. Brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. And I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Gemini. That's going to, excuse me. That's going to be in most places of the world the 26th through the 28th, just about. And, excuse me. Go ahead and have a sip of this tea. So it's an 11th house event. When we're in Leo season, the moon is transiting the sign of Gemini. That's an 11th house event. I'm getting something about us being secure. And I'm also in my practice, I'm sensing a lot of retaliatory energy. So, the 11th house is the karma that you're born with. Dharma, it really is. The 11th house is also the heaven door. Excuse me. So, fifth house is the karma that you earn. Excuse me. 11th house is the karma that you're born with. And, oh, okay, so we got to jump back. And I keep getting the King of Swords. So that is the very 11th house. Oh, and that's also Gemini. Rey de Espada here, the King of Swords. We might have somebody with their sun conjunct Saturn, especially if it's in Libra. Somebody has their Venus in Cancer here. So how deep is your love? I think people want us to feel how they feel. And it's not always like an actual person. So it's that energy of like tone policing, compassion baiting. Okay, kiddo. Okay, that was a felt attempt. The cat's wanting some attention. Don't distract me. Okay, you're antsy. There's this energy of like wanting us to get in the box and be conditioned, wanting us to not make it to the destiny, the calling on our life. And there's a lot of distraction energy. So the 11th house is also benefactors, is also larger networks of people, of a community, of like a, to say like the school you went to, all the alumni, excuse me, I'm going to pause for a moment. We have a triple Mars, and it's like trying to encroach on Venus in the sun. So, what I'm getting so far is like we're about to have like a debutante ball across the universe, like a debut across the cosmos. And the world is watching in some kind of way, but there's powers that be that are becoming the powers that were. And it's not so much about individual entities, people, energies. It's more about the functions of the control, the mechanism of control. Firstly, buy into the construct of the matrix, get in the box, be conditioned. So it's all this policing of the timeline, policing of the energy field, the vibratory field, which is like be at the bottom of the bucket with all the petty, basic little polys, be at the bottom of the barrel, the crab in the bucket. Don't get higher than your station, get off your high horse. But that's just the thing. When we move fully into Aquarius, when we move out of Pisces, the age of, and it does go backwards, we're no longer dawning, we're fully in. It's no longer early adoption if you're just getting with the program here. You're the one who's late to the party. And I'm saying you as in the cross watcher, not us or me or we as the priestess here. So there's this energy, entity, ideology of we're feeling disappointed because the bubble's being burst. And it's not that our naivete, our innocence, our purity was exploited. It's that we were let down in some kind of way. But people that were in positions of power, King of Swords, Tower card, these are people that had power in their hands. They used it. They mislabeled, misguided, misperceived, misused, mistreated. And there is, with this La Bapa Hierophant, there is some kind of institution, hierarchy, structure, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. These are gatekeepers and key holders and key makers and millionaire makers and king makers. These are somebody has their Saturn in Taurus, somebody has their Saturn in Libra, somebody has their Venus conjunct, somebody's a Cancer moon, Venus moon. Yeah, so you know, these combinations that I'm calling out, these are people that are born with a certain energy in their hand. It's an anointing. It's like a superpower, because we have a lot of transits that's abnormal. Firstly, the moon is conjunct Jupiter. So the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. The moon is also conjunct Mars. So the tower is Mars. And as you see here, we have Jupiter conjunct Mars. So that's an energy of heavenly protection, angelic forces, you know, even like an angelic army, if you would. So with the Hermit here and the Hierophant, these are called senior ranking members. This is the top of the elite. You know how you have the 1% and then you have the top 1% of the 1%. This is that 0.0001%, Eight of Cups, the stratification, the high people that are difficult to touch, difficult to reach. You know, there are celebrities you can have at your party for 50,000, and there are celebrities you can have at your party for 500,000. There's a difference of a zero there, but it's a world of a difference. Is that kind of energy here. And there's that Libra energy. We definitely have a Saturn and Libra here. So those are typically people born around 84, sometimes 85, normally 83. Somebody here is a Virgo rising. Somebody here has a moon in Virgo. Somebody here is sun in Libra, which could also make them a Capricorn rising. We definitely have this Venus in Cancer here. But also that would make them a Capricorn rising. So Venus in the seventh house is a very favorable position. It means you attract people that want to do things for you. But we have this energy of a person with their Saturn in the seventh house, which is really great, but then that means people do try to control or oppose. Into the sixth, seventh, eighth house, it tells you a lot where you gain enemies, and then the planet there will tell you what for. So Venus in the seventh house, people just hate you for your beauty. They hate us for how we look, how we cultivate ourselves, how we refine ourselves. Saturn would, in the seventh, sixth, or eighth house, would mean there's something that we do in terms of a methodology, in terms of us, how we structure, how we basically how we have gained our mastery. Saturn. It means many other things, but ultimately that's what it's going to come down to. So they don't like how we have things going on. They don't like how we do things, how we go about things. They want to challenge us because we're a source of power or a source of credibility with the word Saturn, because it typically talks about the elder. Elder can be the master, the one with seniority, or the one that's been doing something the longest, or the one that's been doing something that's the most stable, the most sturdy, the you know, like a machine. Gears, you know, unless there's a force opposing that gear in motion, it's going to keep going, kind of like clockwork. It's almost automatic. Those are the things that I'm seeing in the sixth, seventh, eighth house here. Venus, Saturn. Now we have a little bit of that moon energy there, but this is all coming up against Mars and Jupiter. So um, Mars is typically not how well you do something, but how you do something or how you get things done. It talks about like literally outcomes of things. And then so does Jupiter, but Jupiter talks about making it through a problem. So before you get through a problem, you have Mars, and then after you've gotten through the problem, on the other side is Jupiter. So on one side of the finish line is Mars, on the other side of the finish line is Jupiter. They're both here with the moon. So the moon is the actual self when you incarnate into the physical flesh. It represents the mind, and we understand it as emotions, different than feelings. Feelings you have to process in their after the fact, like a sensation. Emotions are in the present. Emotion, energy, emotion. Okay, so we have this kind of um, dichotomy here, which is naturally opposing forces in terms of enemy, in terms of the matrix, but they're unnatural in terms of existence. They shouldn't be this polarity or duality between these forces. However, it's a designed to distract. For instance, Republican, Democrat, the elite don't care which side you're on because they want the sides to be fighting because then that means you're distracted. White or black, it doesn't actually matter, but the elite want there to be a divide because the power divided is not a power that can rise up and overcome. Does that make sense? Male or female, they're actually complementary to each other. But if there's this whole schism and fight and war between the sexes, that distracts from the truth. Does that make sense? So that's that Seven of Swords, doing something right in front, knowing that. Okay, so Saturn and Libra, Saturn and Taurus, that those are both Venus signs, Taurus and Libra. So what they're wanting is like this distraction energy. They don't want us to have our eye on the prize here. They don't want us to see things from a different perspective. They want us to be in the box, be conditioned. And this is the 11th house. So it talks about society, it talks about the public, it talks about the collective, it talks about the community, it talks about, and I'm talking about community at large, not this individual, especially carved out community like the family unit or the neighborhood or, high school or whatever. It talks about the college that you went to would have thousands and thousands of alumni. Does that make sense? Um, Even like say if you're a Google employee or an Apple employee, there are campuses all around the world and there's a whole network, does that make sense, of Microsoft included. These are like large scale networks, large scale. It also could talk about benefactors. So things are moving into place. There's a place from which we rule, there's a place from which we work, a pulpit, if you would, a platform. And it's been weighed down so that we get distracted. The goal is for us to Eight of Cups, to move on, leave it behind, or have it cloaked or obscured, for us to get tired, for us to basically be timid and not want to exercise leverage, exercise control, exercise autonomy, really. And that's some type of projection on an energetic level. But that is what I'm getting, what I'm sensing. Okay, so somebody here has Indian origins. I'm hearing chapati. I think that's a food. Ten of Swords. Yeah, so this spell is lifting. A curse is being broken. A curse is lifting. A spell is being broken. Because we have been held in place, suppressed in some kind of way. By those we gave our faith to King of Cups. We allowed these people to be some kind of protector and we had them in good honor and high esteem, but it's coming out to be that they were cutthroat and a little bit of a tyrant. And with this Three of Swords, there is the need to kind of look at things from a harsh perspective, not necessarily a reverse meaning, but it would be the more negative influence here, or difficult, problematic, not necessarily negative, evil. So there's another Jupiter here. We have the Wheel of Fortune that came out twice. And I'm hearing a few different musical scales. Okay, and the Queen of Pentacles came out twice. So When there's a negativity to that, it can mean a sorceress. It does also mean a Virgo moon here or a Taurus moon. Because we have the Hermit and the Hierophant. So that's a Virgo or Taurus moon. Transversely, it could talk about a Gemini rising, it could talk about an Aquarius rising. So the Devil card's not out. It's not going to talk about a Libra rising, but I did hear that. No, Libra sun, not Libra rising. So Libra sun or midheaven would be Capricorn rising. Okay, so there we go. Oh, and we also, okay, no, it's here. We have King and Queen of Swords. So there was some kind of um, mutually beneficial nourishing needs exchange on a level where somebody was keeping something away from us. And there are people here. I hate to say, I hate to inform, but there are people here in terms of conflict. But it would mean that because the 11th house is normally supposed to be positive, so it would mean that we have hidden. Okay, I was going to say hidden benefactors, but what I heard when I said hidden was enemies. Okay, but I don't see it here. Okay, well, actually, we do have hidden enemy, Seven of Swords, with the Seven of Wands here, and we have the Seven of Pentacles down here. So the double seven is alert to an attack. Three of Swords came out again. The Eight of Wands came out again. So that means that the people are projecting energy at us. But let's talk about this on a social level. Okay, so give me some guidance here about how this affects the collective. What is it from the perspective of the 11th house? How do I interpret? Okay, so the 11th house came out, the Aquarius. It's Aquario, but I always hear Acaio when I see. Okay, yeah, okay. So because we've been fighting for our spot or having to defend it with this Queen of Wands, and that's coming to an end. Some energy, entity, ideology that's been there for a very, very long time. Here's Prince of Disp, Cavalli Denari. We're actually on the river Styx and we're being led out of hell. It's almost like redemption is here. Somebody has their Mercury in Aquarius, by the way. Yeah, because we're withdrawing. Eight of Cups came out again. We're getting to higher ground, and other people are being left to their own devices. Probably, most likely, Venus Venus and Virgo is debilitated. Venus or Moon in Virgo, and it's exactly what should be happening. And they're wondering why their little things are not working, or it's because they were resting on their laurels and they were led to believe that whatever they were doing was working. And honestly, like the enemy, they're only going to see whatever con and game that they play. So a liar is going to think everybody else is lying. A thief is going to think everybody else is stealing. Clearly, they don't have a good heart or a righteous heart or a clean heart. And so that's not what they're going to see. And if they do see that we have a clean heart, a pure heart, a gracious heart, a righteous heart, they're going to look at that as naive. They're not going to see value and glory in that. And that's part of their demise. We're on the up and up. We're in alignment is the word here, because I almost said the high priestess, the Il Justicia was on our side, La Justicia. But again, remember I was saying that we had hidden enemies. Now they're out in the open. That Two of Swords, Five of Swords means that it just like there's opposers, like there's people of opposing minds. There's people that they want to block us out completely, and they're going really hard, really heavy to keep us low, keep us slow, keep us bogged down, confused, locked down, hidden, whatever, what have you. But these posers, Seven of Cups, are going to be revealed, exposed. Seven of Swords, Sun card, or Il Justicia. We had La Justicia, the Justice card. Now we have the Judgment card. They're going to hear it's called the Air, and they're going to be exposed. And honestly, what they wanted is for us to only have a few options and to choose them, or to choose the conditioning and programming, or to choose whatever oppression, suppression, repression, oppression. It didn't happen. Their little agenda, their little plans, it didn't work. And they does not have to be a person. It's the world as it is, society as it is, the matrix as it is. The Seven of Cups is the matrix, or the Moon card. It's the matrix. So some kind of illusion, delusion, confusion. They want us wounded, hoping, wishing, praying, conjuring up some wounding and hurting from the past. They wanted us stuck in the past, not willing to move forward into the future because of fear or intimidation or timidity. Um, Somebody would have their Mars in the first house for Capricorn rising. That's actually very positive. But these people have not been using their powers for good transformation. So something is over. It's not going to shift um, for the worse anymore because we've been enlightened as of recently, and we have some kind of passion. So we've just found our spot. We're answering our calling. We know what we were born to do. And see, that's the thing with the enemy side is, yeah, they can do a lot of things. An evil witch can get a lot of work off the ground. They can go really far with their magic, but here's where they get tripped up. When they try to block the destiny of a chosen child, of an anointed one. That's just the thing. Once you start messing with the calling on somebody's life, that's when you irrevocably create damage. Does that make sense? Because we have the mother of everything. Now we have the mother of life here. And again, Bast came out. So these two are sisters. They came out in terms of, so we've been nice, caring, loving, and nurturing, and we've been slowly giving to life with fertility, fecundity, um, giving birth, planting seeds, and it's now known that there was an enemy set, that there was an opposing force. Does that make sense? Now, what's really good is that they had their focus on what we were about to receive. But look, justice is here. We had Hathor, Isis, and Ma'at come out, and now Sekhmet is here. Our Bast is the same for me as Isis. Nut is the same as Isis for me. But and now Sekhmet is out, meaning justice is here. It doesn't matter. With Anubis, when Anubis comes out with Sekhmet, or Anubis comes out with Sobek, it's a wrap. So it has been a very slow thing because we had a long way to go. There was a lot of travel here. There was a lot of things were taken away from us. Most of what we didn't need, and the things that we did need that were taken away from us, they were going to come back multiplied. But we had to find some kind of wisdom because we didn't have an idea of the enemy. There was discernment that we were lacking. And we needed to spend a lot of time in darkness so that we understand that people were trying to take things from us. And it's not about any individual enemy. It's not talking about a one enemy here. It's talking about the fundamental darkness. Okay, that's the black snake. So if you've been doing readings for yourself and you're seeing the moon card with the devil a lot, that's Apophis. The Apep is what they call him. It's the Lord of Chaos, the enemy, the great adversary. So we were fighting for our spot because Set did come out. There was a singular focus on blocking us from getting what we were owed by birthright. It takes me a while to read hieroglyphs here. So this is not talking about judgment, but that's what I've been getting for a long time. This is talking about stewardship of the seat, stewardship of the throne. And it's something that is imbued with us upon our birthright. And it's about the travel through the waters of birth and death, but also travel through the waters of a life experience. And so you're always going to start at a really ugly space, looking like nobody, looking like you're down in the ditch, looking like you're a common, petty, basic, looking like you're at the bottom of the barrel, crab in a bucket, but you always end up on a throne. And what it takes is to know the self. What it takes is to know source energy to know what the creation meant for us and our place in creation. And it's always about finding wisdom. Okay, let's read Konsu because that was very interesting hieroglyphs. Hermitage, god of the moon, time, and knowledge. His name means traveler, the wanderer. Konsu is the admiral of human destinies. He is depicted as a mummified young child. He represents the synthesis of beauty and of youth, the archetype of youthful amusement and spontaneity. Like other child deities, he symbolizes the potential that lies in all of us. Be open to new ideas and be brave and bold in facing up to the unknown that presents itself to you. Possibility of journeys that take you away from your comfort zone. In love, you may also experience favorable new beginnings. So, well, that's kind of what I was saying. I was saying something to the effect of like, we always kind of start off down in the ditch somewhere, bottom of the barrel with the petty basic people. We always start out with taratas, cucarachas, but we always end up on the throne. And it's about the journey. The traveling is not just about from destination A to destination B. It's about through life itself. Okay, I don't know what some of this means here. The very last column. I don't know what 3 dots means. I need to figure that one out. I don't know if you can see, but the 3 dots, I don't know. I don't know what that means. The 3 dots there, I don't. So I'll figure some of this out. I also read Tibetan hieroglyphs for those that want to know. Yeah, so here's what I understand. We're about to get back into our spot. It's we went through remuneration just recently. Some kind of judgment finally came, and whatever cycle or journey we've been going through, it's over. So now it's time to take a stand, or things are going to be defended for us. I don't exactly know all the details of that, but again, it's a double 7 because we're winning. We were left at the bottom of the bucket, but then we reached a very coveted status, 6 of bottom of the bucket, 5 of cups. Now we have the 6 of wands. We got some very coveted status, very elite situation. And it's for all the chosen people in collective and perpetuity. It's also the kingdom of the divine. And 7 of swords. There was somebody sitting there already that shouldn't, because I was in the high position at 7 of swords. And there was a double 7 there. So that's again another alert. And then we have 10 of swords here. So that means somebody trespassed against us. And honestly, the Lord had to take over. But that means we have to surrender to the Lord. And to be honest, they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to do it as a raider. Like that's what they enjoy doing. They enjoy taking things from people that are going to be in prominent positions, whether it be highly spiritually favored. And the hangman's right here again. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah, so we're about to, our anointing was protected, 7 of wands. The rest of these cards are returners. But since we were stuck so long in a problem, the 3 of cups means a small blessing or clearance. And the 3 of cups always comes from the Lord. Yeah, so this is the throne of absolute authority. Yeah, our spiritual inheritance, because we had a celestial endowment with that 10 of cups, and this is what it's for. There's seeds being planted, some agenda to take this away, because it's like we're looked at as a new mark all the time. I'm not understanding what that means, why we get targeted in that way. Because Gemini energy, especially for the 11th house, it means all the people that should have gotten their own, but decided to worry about us. And well, that's confirmation. That's paradise, the Garden of Eden. See, we're some tasty morsel, and there's people out there cutthroat. That okay. So also, this is saying Libra rising, Mars in Libra, Gemini rising. Somebody has their Venus in Aries. Somebody has their Venus in Sagittarius. Yeah, so we're about to get gifted with heaven's favor, and it's secure for us. That is what this reading is. Destiny is fulfilling itself. That's what this reading is talking about. And it's taken some time to get here, but we're here. We're ready. Again, we've been prepared to receive this material blessing. And see, the Lord won't go. The Lord is here, it won't leave. But we are dealing with raiders, people that like to steal, like to take, and they don't want to work on what's their own. They don't want to build out of their own energy, their own efforts. They want to take from ours. So we did discover the truth. That's the cunning strategy tactic that we need to be aware of. And this is a double five here. So we're dealing with losers or losses or something of that nature. Now, remember, a loser is a winner who's yet to win. Everybody fails. It's fine to take a loss. It's lame when you quit on yourself. So it's fine if you're on a losing streak or whatever. It's lame when you quit on yourself. A double five means loss, but also it's flanked. So we are people supposed to be learning the supreme authority of the divine. We have some type of spiritual ranking. And up until recently, we were kind of iced out. So we were flanked out on both sides. There was a demon on either side. Instead of having Michael to the left and Uriel to the right side, we had a demon to the left, a demon to the right. But that Four of Swords with the Four of Wands, those both talk about a circle of fire. I know you got a little fight in your love. I know you got a lot of strength left. Yeah, and there's the strength card. Oh! I should be running, but I just can't let it show. Okay, and a double nine. So something's, oh, and there's that circle of fire. I love my job. Um, so the double nine means it's as a wrap. Hi, baby, come on. What are you doing? Hey, girl, you can't distract me. I'm working. So double nine means isolation. Something's been iced out. It also means that it's almost over. It's a wrap. And it's for sure, whenever you have this death card, and they tried to kill us. I'm sorry to say. They did too many attacks or whatever, but we're indestructible. These two energies indestructible. Remember what I was saying? Whenever you have Anubis and Sekhmet or Anubis and Sobek, so whenever you have the jackal spirit with the lion spirit or the jackal spirit with the alligator spirit, it means like a judgment's being rendered, a punishment is being handed down. It also means that a cycle is ending. So this is one where they tried to kill us. I'm sorry to say, it doesn't always mean cut us down, murder, death, kill, but it could be some like a spiritual death, or if it's going to try to take your job away, someone tried to get you fired, someone tried to, end your relationship, somebody tried to kill an opportunity for it. It doesn't always mean a corpse. I think the cat is alerting us to something, because I've been getting this energy of they just keep trying to inject bad seeds, send bad energy. Okay, so we had a 999 there. I didn't recognize that. Let me look at that and see what that means. All the things that you wanted from me. Yeah, so somebody should have just spoke up and said what was alive in them. Instead, they tried to do Ricky Dicky Sneaky Tweaky. They went about things the wrong way. Yeah, and that's the Seven of Swords in reverse. So that means the exposure comes. Something's about to be exposed, and it's what has been happening to us. And I think there's a story, there's a mystery that's over our entire life. I think our destiny was hidden from us by the collective powers that be. That's really what I'm getting. It doesn't have to be just any individual one person, but there's been agents of the devil in our life, specifically agents of, well, dark angels. Those are called archons. Yeah, and this is a sorceress. Okay, and we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So there's been people that have been using our energy. There's people that have been using our spot. There's people that have been using our goodies, trying to prevent us or hide from us the fact that we even have those goodies or that those goodies belong to us. It's almost equivalent to somebody stealing the spiritual inheritance. What? Okay, I don't know what she's doing right now. Um, yeah, so this is somebody like stealing our spiritual inheritance is what I'm getting. This is so bizarre. My cat's acting out of character. She's alerting me to something, but I don't know what it is. This is so we were blessed at our birth, and somebody successfully through what's called the rule of lesser magic moved into our spot temporarily, and they're being cast out. And this reading is about the calling on our life. Ooh, dang. Okay, that's a lot, dude. I can't do all that, man. This is too much. This is a lot. So the blessings, the purchase, the franchise that they have, it's over. Ten of Swords is a cancel card. Um, and then, yeah, so they moved into our spot. Like I said, somebody moved into our spot. When they fall face down, it's from the other side. And it was a demon or something from the Hell Kingdom. They moved into our spot. They probably also have their, they might be in Aries North Node or Mars in Aries. So they were cloaking themselves in our energy and they were getting our access to the universe. That's over. Because they wanted to have our protection for some reason, perhaps because they wanted to do some kind of attack. But this is the kind of attack where you're continuing fueling something that's already happened in a previous generation. So they might have inherited they might have a dark inheritance. They might have been born in a demonic family. Look, that Five of Wands is usually demonology, and then the Empress can't talk about your lineage. So, and yeah, because they needed to keep evil seeds planted. And so this is going to tell us about the cabals that we were involved in. These cabals do things in secret and cloaking. So under the cover of night, and it is to maintain some kind of spot because they're power hungry, is what I'm being told. But see, we were the seed, we were the sacrifice. Sacrifice doesn't always mean a body. A sacrifice could be harming you, wounding you, leaving you behind. It's like when a person betrays you, they sacrifice the friendship to get whatever they wanted. Okay, so we got to the bottom of the situation with the Hermit because we're chosen here. We're highly blessed, chosen, favored, and anointed. And we're being ready, we're being prepared to move into this knowledge and understanding. See, the Seven of Swords, when it's not negative, like a hidden enemy, it means truth, cunning strategy, or breaking out, breaking free. Or it can mean moving in silence, moving in secret. And that's also been what's going on. See, we were not given the truth until it was time because we wouldn't have been able to maneuver ourselves as good as the Lord did. Because the tower had to fall. There was some kind of secret that needed to come out. There was something going to be destroyed. And it's time for this to come out. I don't know what's going on with my cat. Okay, so it might be that the devil's visiting that fell out face down. Yeah, so they keep coming in. Something's going on. What's over here? Come on. I don't know what you got going on, girl. You're acting weird. So the devil keeps coming and riding through. This is called a raider. Um, it just means that they want to take something from us, and um, it's not always like taking money, taking our spouse, taking our spot. It can mean that they want to suppress us, repress us, oppress us in some kind of way. Oftentimes, there are certain classes of demons out there that they need you to lower your vibration. They need you to feel like crap. And it's not always about attacking. That is the attack to make us doubt our power. If that makes any sense. It's not always about stealing our spot. It's not always about, stealing our powers. It's not always about touching our anointing. It's not always about, you know, um, interrupting our spiritual inheritance. It literally is about making us doubt ourselves. It's because there's a jealousy. And the 11th house is all the people that would normally celebrate you or all the people that are watching you get celebrated. Does that make sense? So let's just quiet it down. Because I'm hearing that all the things that you wanted from me, all the things that you needed from me. Yeah. And so is this happy? Yeah. So it's the Lord. Because our rivers, our waters are about to be overflowing. Our abundance is about to come in ways that we can't measure. Yeah. And then there is somebody looking like, nuh-uh, I'm going to block this. I'm going to block this. Because it's set. And from the beginning of time, they've been watching us get rewarded and them not. They think that it's a tragedy, it's unfair. Somebody is sitting here saying, yeah, resentment. Somebody is sitting here saying, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. It's not fair, it's not fair. Well, hope you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You upset the Lord, you gotta go. I'm just over here answering the calling of my life and you're trying to block me. All I'm trying to do is my work and you trying to block me. All I'm trying to do is be obedient and you trying to block me. Yeah. Um, a big massive change is coming. I keep saying that, but we have the Wheel of Fortune come out twice. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything I said resonated deeply with you, leave a comment, please, and thank you. And take good care. See you in the next one. Bye bye.